right, we're going to dive into this classic and traditional mincemeat recipe now. I will say that this is what I'm calling a vegetarian mincemeat because real traditional old world kind of mincemeat has actual meat, sometimes very, very small diced beef, venison, and always would have beef suet, which you can get. It's a fat off of the cow that comes from a very specific area of the cow, and it's solid. And suet, we're familiar with that, and we feed it to our birds in the wintertime. But I don't like the idea of using that in my mincemeat pie. So I love the flavor of a mincemeat pie. I just don't want to put that extra stuff in there, and so we're not going to. Now, I'm going to show you how to make the mincemeat today. In another subsequent video, I'm going to show you how to use it in either a pie or some mincemeat tarts, and we'll go from there. But this, we're going to mix together. We're going to put it in a mason jar. I have my 2-quart mason jar here, and you can put it in whatever configuration jars you have. You can put it in more than one. And we're just going to stick it in the fridge for a few days and let the fruit macerate with the juices and the spices, and everything's going to plump up and absorb that goodness, and all the flavors are going to mingle. You don't want to use this straight away because the fruit is still dry. It's not going to work. So I'll quit talking and we'll just get to it. You're going to want... This is 3 Granny Smith apples. It's about 4 cups of apples. I have diced them fairly small. You do not have to peel them, just scrub them very well. I have dressed these with 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice just so that they would not oxidize. Now, we're also going to use 2 cups of dark raisins, 2 cups of currants. You can buy currants in this section where they sell the raisins. They're called Zante currants. They come in a little orange box. We have 1 cup of diced dates. Now I buy these dates, and trust me, I buy the most inexpensive dates you can get. These are in an 8-ounce box, and they're about $1.98, and they always have them on the grocery store shelf. These are actually coated in sugar, and that's not a problem. We have 1 cup of golden raisins or light raisins, and we have 1/2 cup of diced candied orange peel. Now that you're going to only be able to find this time of year, where they have like the fruitcake fruit and stuff, but I don't like citron. Citron is a fruit unto itself. It's a citrus fruit that has a very, very, very thick peel, and they candy that, and it's like little green gummy chunks, and I don't like it. Has an acrid, bitter flavor to me that I just don't care for. So I only use the orange peel. You can feel free to use the lemon peel and the orange peel. You can just do 1/4 cup each, up to you. We're also going to use 2 cups of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of orange juice, fresh squeezed, please, 2 cups of apple cider, and then all the spices. We have a tablespoon of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon each of ground nutmeg and ground allspice, 1/2 teaspoon each of ground cloves, ground ginger, and ground mace, and a teaspoon of salt. And then, if you so desire, traditionally mincemeat has about a shot or 2 tablespoons of, 4 tablespoons, about 1/4 cup of brandy. I do not happen to have any brandy. Of all the booze I have on hand, I don't have any brandy. Brandy is a fortified wine, and I'm using what I thought made the next best sense to me. So this is just 1/4 cup of Cointreau or orange liqueur. If you have Grand Marnier on hand, go ahead and use that. Triple sec will work in a pinch. You can leave it out altogether. It's up to you. You don't have to use the booze. Remember, the alcohol is going to bake off. So what we do now is we just dump all this in a big bowl. Together, and we give it a good stir. All right, I just put my sugar in, and we're going to just give this a toss. And this is just so everything doesn't get like gummed up on the top, right? So if you dump everything in the bowl at once, sometimes it's a little hard to distribute. And since this is the biggest bowl I own, I probably need a bigger one for things like this. So that's all right. We'll work on that the next time I use the restaurant supply order, right? All right, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put all of my seasonings in. And of course, these, you can adjust your personal taste. I don't like things that are too heavy on the cloves. Now, I love cloves, but, you know, these are going to macerate, and they're going to sit and mingle, and sometimes when that happens, things get stronger in flavor. Okay, we're going to go in with the orange juice and the booze. Give it another stir. And then we have our apple cider. Now remember, you're going to need this amount of liquid because it's going to plump up all of this dried fruit. Oh, it smells so good. It smells incredible. It's going to make some great pie or tarts. All right. Now, this is as simple as getting your jar, your jar funnel, and we're going to put this in the jar right now.
Just that there would make a nice fruit salad.
Yeah, it would. I'm going to put this in the jar and we'll be right back. I've got my mincemeat all jarred up. Now, this is not a canning video. We're not going to process this. What I want you to do is take this and put it in your refrigerator for 2 or 3 days. That's going to give all that dried fruit the opportunity to absorb all of those juices and all of those flavors, and it's going to be delicious. Now, Molly came in here and she's like, Mama, why do you always make such big recipes? And I'm like, well, honey, I'll tell you why. My pastor's wife was talking to me about her mother and how much she enjoyed mincemeat. I've had several of you tell me that too, that it's a happy childhood memory and that they didn't know how to make it. So I did my research. I've used mincemeat in the past, but I've never made it from scratch before. So I thought, how hard could it be? Now, Miss Kay, my pastor's wife, she was telling me about her mom, and you know, mincemeat to buy in the store can sometimes be very, very expensive, and her mom was not willing to pay that. So this quart jar of mincemeat is going to Miss Kay so she can share that with her mom this holiday season. This 2-quart jar is for me, and it's going to be for pie or tarts or what have you. So we're going to put this in the fridge. We're going to let it tighten up, let all that fruit absorb that juice and that loveliness, and then we're going to, in another video, we're going to use this to make something spectacular. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. Make sure you put this in the fridge. Do not leave it out on the counter because it will start fermenting, okay? You don't want that. You want this to be in the refrigerator. It needs to be cold. So I hope this clears up how to make mincemeat, and then you can just use it at, you know, as a pie filling, and then we're going to make that in another video. So I hope that you give this a try, and I hope that you love it. I'm excited to share it with you, and until next time, happy holidays. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you like what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow. Until next time, happy eating!